and the GE plant here in Albuquerque is set to shut down. And it really hit a nerve with 400 employees who stand to lose their jobs. But Bernalillo County Commissioner Art de la Cruz is working to ease the impact. Actually, you have some breaking news for us this morning. There could be a change in what's going on there. Well,
one of the things that we didn't understand is that labor there at the plant was actually in negotiations to try to keep the plant open. So when we found that out, we met with labor, and we have a meeting with management this coming Monday to do everything we can to keep the plant open. Certainly, if we can do that, that'd be a lot better than trying to either retrain or retool or bring another company in.
Originally, you had talked about going to the schools and maybe some of the training facilities here in the city and work with them to develop the skill sets of these people who might be laid off.
Absolutely. You know, we hope that GE stays, but if they don't stay, then I think we have an obligation to, 400 to 475 employees, that number varies, to do something to make sure that they have a way to transition into other employment. So partnering with our local educational institutions, I think, is a natural thing to do.
What would it take to keep that plant open? Essentially, there isn't demand for the product they're making.
Well, we do a lot of things now in the community when we're trying to bring in new business. I think that we can offer some incentives. I know that at the end of the day they have a bottom line, and we understand that. But at the same time, what's happening there now is going to go to some other plant in some other part of the country. So we'd rather that they do it here, and that we'd like to make it as appealing as possible economically, at least in terms of taxes, etc., to make sure that they can stay.
Who's working with you on this effort?
We have an awesome economic development team. I've asked them to do everything that they can to make sure that they do their best to work with everyone involved. But I've got to tell you that recently we've got some calls from our city councilors. They're obviously very concerned. The mayor's concerned. So I think it's going to, at the end of the day, it'll be a team effort.
Okay. And where might some of this business go? Do we have any idea where these folks could actually secure some more contracts?
Well, manufacturing in New Mexico has declined over the last few years, and so it's not an easy thing to just walk across the street and do what you've been doing at GE. It's very unique, it's specialized, and while there would be some jobs, it's just not an easy thing to do. So now that I'm hearing that Eclipse may come back, there may be some opportunity there, and of course there's some other jobs. I think it's going to need some retraining.
All right. And so your next steps?
Well, we're going to do what I said earlier. We're going to meet with the GE team. Hopefully we can keep them here. We'll do our best there. If we can't, then we're going to try to entice another company to come in, and again in the manufacturing sector, so that some of these 475 employees will have a place to work.
All right, great. I want to thank you so much, Commissioner Art de la Cruz, for coming in this morning and working to find some solutions to keep this business open here.